The dust has settled across Major League Baseball after Thursday's trade deadline. Guardians fans exhaling a sigh of relief that All-Star left fielder Steven Kwan stays put in Cleveland. Meanwhile, the Guards welcome the Twins to town, who traded 10 players from their 26-man roster. As the Guardians prepare to make a postseason run, they got here by outplaying expectations. If there's one guy who has believed in this clubhouse the entire season, it's first-year manager Stephen Vogt. These guys have talked about wanting to win for you. You got emotional talking about how much you love these guys. What about this environment has allowed that camaraderie to just grow so organically?
We just all want the same thing, and that's for everyone to go out on the field, have success, and for us to shake hands at the end of the night.
Take into account everything that we just talked about, 90-plus wins on the season this year. Do you deserve to be the American League Manager of the Year?
It has very little to do with me, and I'll never waver from that. It's about the players. It's about the coaches pouring into these players, and yeah, I've done some of that.
Going out and getting Lane Thomas at the trade deadline, could you have imagined it would go this well?
But you're always hopeful it leads to days like this.
Hi, I'm CARLY Mascitti outside Progressive Field, where the Guardians season will be on the line come Saturday afternoon in a winner-take-all Game 5 against the Tigers, with a chance to punch their ticket to the ALCS and continue that pursuit of the club's first World Series since 1948. For more than a decade, Northeast Ohio was home to Terry Francona. He's the winningest manager in Cleveland baseball history. Now, 2 years after stepping down as manager of the Guardians, he returns to Progressive Field for the first time as manager of the Reds. The win marked the 13th walk-off in a home opener in franchise history, and let's not underestimate the temperatures that they did it in. The second lowest game-time temp in Progressive Field history, 35 degrees Fahrenheit. You come across the division, what's that like? I mean, this is a team you're probably used to rooting against.
It is.
You're 33 years old, you're a free agent, recovering from Tommy John surgery. Why Cleveland?
When they called and they showed how much they wanted me, I knew it was where I wanted to be.
The Guardians have been stabilized by their bullpen this season. The best bullpen in baseball, rounded out by the game's best closer, Emmanuel Clase. But in perhaps the unlikeliest of ways for Cleveland to lose this game, it was Clase who allowed a 3-run shot in the ninth that ultimately cost Cleveland Game 2.
How can this rotation keep that bullpen from getting burnt out?
Yeah, they're going to need that to be the case, because what the bullpen did last season wasn't normal. It was historic, right? It's already hard to translate year to year like that, any success at that level, let alone the way they did with the numbers that they put up. So the starting rotation is in an interesting spot. The rotation they start with probably isn't going to be the rotation they have at the end of the season. I'm CARLY Mascitti outside Progressive Field, where the Guardians are back in action following the All-Star break. They open up the second half of the season with a 7-game homestand, starting with a 3-game series against the A's. I'm CARLY Mascitti at Progressive Field, where Guardians fans were once again holding their breath through the ninth. Just one night removed from beating the White Sox in a walk-off walk in the home opener, it came down to Emmanuel Clase working his way out of a jam to hand Cleveland its second straight win. As the Guardians campaign for a spot in the postseason, with the trade deadline looming, they didn't make things any easier in Kansas City. Welcome into Sports Sunday. I'm CARLY Mascitti. After earning 4 consecutive series wins, the Guardians dropped the KC series, losing 2 of 3 against the Royals, now falling 4 games out of a wild card spot. The Guardians suffered their first home series loss over the weekend at the hands of the Red Sox, but now they have to turn the page quickly, welcoming a divisional opponent into town. They'll face the Minnesota Twins for the first time this season. It's a 4-game series, which Guardians manager Stephen Vogt says just means they have to game plan a little harder. Nolan, it's been a few weeks now since that trade back to Cleveland. Have you gotten the chance to settle in yet?
Yeah, it's obviously shocked me at first.
The last time that you were here, it was a Terry Francona managed team. Obviously, Stephen Vogt is your skipper now. What are some of the initial things that you noticed that might be different from the last time you were here?
My first time up here, I was just a rookie. I'd just gotten called up.
I don't recommend sleeping on the Guardians. If there is one thing this ball club is going to do, it's not just hang around, but fight to the end for a spot in the postseason. Cleveland got another win closer with a series-clinching dub in Chicago Saturday. I'm CARLY Mascitti at Progressive Field, where the Guardians round out a 6-game homestand against the Angels. Cleveland opening that 3-game series on Friday. The Guards looking to build off of a win against the Dodgers on Wednesday, while the Angels look to snap a 5-game losing streak. What is it about Stephen Vogt that has just allowed him to get this out of this team?
We're really happy to have him on our side. Sometimes I feel like he's kind of like another player.
Well, the Guardians are the last team in Major League Baseball to play their home opener, and when they throw out the first pitch at 4:10 against the White Sox, it's gonna be a cold one. The Guardians spent the last 2 weeks on the West Coast. Do you have any pregame routine that's anything in particular that you have to do every time before you start?
I have to eat Chipotle the night before.
Is there a science to this? Have you ever missed a Chipotle and not had a great outing?
Yes.
Emmanuel Clase has developed into the best closer in Cleveland baseball history. His record-setting 2024 season is highlighted by 47 saves, the most in a single season in club history, and 157 career saves, another club record. I imagine that this offseason felt a lot different than last offseason. How's it felt easing into year two?
It definitely is a much different offseason, you know, trying to learn how to do a job, learn a new organization, meet a bunch of new people, and it's been a little more relaxing.
Before the postseason, I asked you about being in the running for AL Manager of the Year. I asked you if you thought you deserved it, and you gave a modest answer, which I expected, but now you've won it. How's it felt to really recognize what that honor means?
I'm honored. You know, there's so many great managers and so many deserving candidates to been there and then to be voted in by the writers. It was kind of just an affirmation of, hey, we're going about this the right way.
Your bullpen had a historic season. It can be so hard to carry that type of performance over year after year. What are your expectations from the pen this year?
I'm excited to watch them do it again. And, you know, they were just historically good. And these are all driven people that want to be better.
The Guardians are winners of 8 of their last 10 games after taking the rubber match Sunday at home against the Athletics. Cleveland had everything working for them, bouncing back from a low offensive output Saturday. The Guards had 12 hits against the A's. It was a career-high 4 RBI day for David Fry. His clutch 3 RBI double there in the fourth really put this one away early. Paired that with a stellar performance from Gavin Williams, who allowed just 1 run through 7 innings while striking out a season-high 11. And the 8-2 win, well, felt pretty dominant. From outside the classic Auto Group Park gates here in Eastlake, it feels like any other night at the ballpark. But once you get inside, things are a little spicier than usual. That's because the Lake County Captains become Los Picantes de Lake County. It's part of the Copa de la Diversión program, which celebrates Latino culture.
Oh, everybody loves it. I mean, everything from like the pepper eating contest, you got the cool looking uniforms.
As you make your way around the ballpark, you'll see Picante signage, food, in-game events, and of course, apparel. I mean, come on, the team has a flaming pepper logo on their jerseys.
It's a very fun thing about the Picantes, and it's a great night, and I love the jerseys that they wear.
The energy is great.
The energy's great. We like the honor of the heritage. It's awesome.
It's a fun Tuesday night.
The Captains become Los Picantes every Tuesday home game and select away games. But not every Picante night brings a Guardians Hall of Famer to Lake County. This Tuesday, Carlos Baerga got in on the festivities.
Everything starts here in the minor league, so why not to come to the ballpark, have some fun, dance a little bit, eat some picante, jalapeno, stuff like that. So it's fun.
The Captains are one of 94 minor league teams participating in the Copa de la Diversión program this year. That's the most in program history. From Eastlake, I'm CARLY Mascitti.